Hello everyone, my name is Leo and in this video we share the gear I have used the most in 2024, with also things that were true game changers for me. Let's start! The first thing I would mention is the WES Audio Dion. This thing has been a game changer for me in 2024. This is actually the first analog outboard gear I have used to mix my songs, and well, I was astonished by the quality increase I have noticed in my mixing and mastering. I would not like to enter here into the debate analog gear versus plugin for mixing, but for my journey as mixing and mastering engineer, this thing has helped me to achieve my sonic goals quicker, and so far I'm still not able to mimic with plugins what I can get with this unit. Actually, after having tried the Dion in my mixes, I started adding more and more analog gear to my chain. For instance, like the SPL Big, which is another incredible unit, or the WES Audio MyMass compressors, etc. I have to say that once I entered into this world of analog mixing and mastering units, I was really captured, and I feel like Alice in Wonderland. The tone, the joy, the fun I'm having using these units was really totally unexpected. Maybe I will do a dedicated video about my outboard mixing and mastering gear in the coming weeks. For sure, this WES Audio Dion is the guilty piece of gear that has attracted me toward analog mixing and mastering. The next things I would mention are my Sir guitars. I continue finding Sir guitars as the guitars that better suit my playing needs. And this 2024 has been the year of this Sir Classic S limited edition HSS metallic. If you follow my channel, you know that I typically play with my Sir Classic Antique Black with maple neck and SSS configuration. This year I have used a lot this new beauty, which is pretty different from my Classic S, as it has an SSH configuration and has a rosewood neck, which allows maybe it to be a bit thicker in terms of tones. Furthermore, this guitar has the Sir Silent system, which allows it to strongly reduce the noise coming from the pickups, which is very nice. Then I would also mention my Taylor 512 that I have used a lot in 2024, also because I have composed more acoustic songs. And lastly, in terms of guitar, I would mention my Fender Precision Bass 62, which you can actually hear basically in every song in the channel. In terms of plugins, I would mention the Kit plugin simulation of an Eve EQ. I started using it for mixing my EP, and I really like what it does to my lead tone. It adds a nice patina to my lead tone that I really enjoy, and it allows me to typically reach that extra mile for my tone that I was not able to get with other plugins. Other plugins I would mention here are the Neural DSP Tone King Imperial, which I use a lot in my comping part, the Mercurial Amp Box, which I have just demoed, that I really enjoy using, and the 2 Notes Genome that I use for the cabinet simulations and for my bass guitar amp simulations. Another plugin I discovered this year is the Baby Audio Crystalline Reverb, which I especially love for my voice, that once again is almost in every song I have composed in 2024. I think 2024 was a year where we have seen very interesting units able to load profiles. We have had a pretty big upgrade for the Kemper player, the Nano Cortex has been launched, etc. But here I wanted to mention 2 units that have surprised me for their approach and the quality of tone I was able to get. The first one is the Lamb player. This unit is really amazing. It is the king of low latency, and it allows us also to load two NAMP profiles in a row, for instance a profile of a distortion pedal and one of an amp. In my null tests it performed really well, and I simply love the idea to be able to bring with me the NAMP profiles of my amps in that very practical unit and format. Here I would also mention Hot Tone Ampero 2 lineup of pedalboards. In fact, they have now the possibility to create and load profiles, together with also the possibility to load standard model of amps. Now, Hot Tone with Neural DSP are the only two manufacturers who allow us to use both modeling and profiling, which is great in my opinion. I mean, with Ampero 2 we now have a unit that is able to create and load profiles of our favorite amps together with effects at a reasonable price, I think, which is of course a nice improvement for the Ampero lineup of pedalboards and for the amp modeling pedalboards more in general. And now let me finish this video with two products. The first one is maybe the unit I have used the most during 2024, and the second one is the one thing that has been a real game changer for me. So the unit I have used the most is this tiny Nuix Mighty Plug Pro. I simply use it every day for practicing or recording on the go, for instance when I'm on holidays. I simply connect it to my MacBook with a USB cable that also power it up, and then I can record or practice using plugins loaded in my Mac. If I have to mention something I use the most during 2024 is this tiny thing, as I simply use it every day from practicing to recording, both when I'm at home or on holidays. Lastly, do you want to know the most game changer thing I have discovered and used during 2024? Well, by far the most game changer thing has been for me the Dreamtonics Synthesizer V. This could be considered a virtual instrument where the instrument is actually the human voice. This was really a game changer, as it basically allows me to create very convincing singed part for my songs. The nice thing is that you can compose your vocal part and edit them with this tool that then sings the notes and the words you want. This is really amazing and super inspiring for me. It allowed me to add a total new level of expressiveness to my songs, as I now have very nice and convincing vocalists at my disposal, which is once again very inspiring and fun. Using this tool for me was literally one of the most joyful experience for me as a musician. I mean, of course, you can find a singer or hire one, but it is basically a long process or expensive. With Synthesizer V, I simply open the plugin in my DAW, and then I can write the notes and the words, and the tool sings for me. Is it perfect? No, but for me it is really convincing and once again very fun to use. And please notice that I'm not paid or sponsored by Dreamtonics. I have purchased the Synthesizer V with my own money, and they even don't know I'm doing this video. So that's all for the today video. Please let me know your opinions about the aforementioned gear and what you have used the most during 2024, or things that were true game changers for you. See you, bye bye.